You've definitely seen this white beagle, Snoopy. He's everywhere. On t-shirts at Target, on pajamas, on luxury watches, and even appearing as a giant balloon at the Thanksgiving Day parade in New York. It feels like he's always been a part of America. But behind this cute dog stands the story of a man who considered himself a total failure his entire life. This is the story of Charles Schulz, a guy who didn't know how to draw expensive or beautifully, but he knew how to draw honestly. Today, we're going to break down how his simple doodles turned into a business empire with an annual revenue of $1 billion. And believe me, the secret to his success lies in the fact that he gave all of America permission to be imperfect. Imagine Minnesota in the 1940s. There lived a guy named Charles. In school, he was that invisible kid. He was shy, he struggled academically, and most painfully, his drawings weren't even accepted into the high school yearbook. The teacher simply said, "It's not good enough, son." Charles was crushed, but he didn't put down his pencil. He simply realized one important thing. The world is full of millions of losers just like him. People for whom things constantly go wrong, who are too shy to approach their crush, and who feel lonely even in a crowd. He decided, okay, if I can't draw perfect superheroes, I'll draw us, ordinary people. In 1950, a new comic strip appeared in the newspapers. It was called Peanuts. The main character was a boy named Charlie Brown. He was round-faced, balding, and absolutely average. Charles Schulz's style was a revolution. While other artists were meticulously drawing every muscle and every leaf on a tree, Schulz drew 3 curved lines instead of a face. It was simple. It was clean. It was the very style we call minimalism today. And you know what? Americans fell in love. It turned out that watching Charlie Brown try to kick a football and fall down over and over again was much more interesting than watching perfect heroes. Because Charlie Brown is us on a rough Monday. But the real magic began when the dog in the comic strip started talking. Snoopy. Snoopy wasn't an ordinary dog. He would lie on the roof of his doghouse and imagine himself as a World War I flying ace, a great novelist, or a rock star. It was a stroke of genius. Snoopy became a symbol of the American dream. He showed that even if you are a small dog in the suburbs, in your head, you can be whoever you want. Snoopy became that cool guy the timid Charlie Brown so desperately lacked. And it was Snoopy who became the locomotive that pulled the entire financial empire behind him. Now, let's talk money. How did ordinary pictures in a newspaper make Schulz a billionaire? The answer is one word: licensing. Charles Schulz and his team realized they didn't need to build toy factories or print t-shirts themselves. They just needed to sell the rights to use the images of Snoopy and Charlie Brown. They started selling licenses for everything. Need greeting cards? Hallmark prints Snoopy and pays a percentage of every sale. Need to sell insurance? Let Snoopy be the face of MetLife, so people stop being afraid of insurance agents. Need to send a man to the moon? NASA makes Snoopy its official safety mascot. It was a masterclass in marketing. Schulz created a massive passive income stream long before it became a trendy term. By the 1970s, Peanuts characters were in every home. For breakfast, you ate cereal from a box with Snoopy. During the day, you carried a Charlie Brown lunchbox. And at night, you slept on sheets with their likeness. Despite all this wealth, Charles Schulz remained a surprisingly simple workaholic. He didn't hire a team of assistants. In the 50 years the comic strip existed, he never missed a single day of work. He drew every line himself, even when his hands began to shake in his old age. He used to say, "I'm not drawing for eternity, I'm drawing for tomorrow's newspaper." But it was precisely this honesty that made him the wealthiest artist in history. By the time of his death in 2000, the brand continued to bring in over $1 billion a year. Why is Snoopy still relevant in America today? Because Schulz touched on themes that never grow old: loneliness, friendship, hope, and our right to make mistakes. When you see Snoopy today on Apple TV or in a new fashion collab, remember, it's not just a picture. It's the story of a guy who didn't make it into his high school yearbook, but who ultimately taught the whole country how to smile at their failures. Charles Schulz proved that to conquer the world, you don't need complex 3D effects or huge graphics budgets. You need three lines, one charismatic dog, and a whole lot of sincerity. So, who is your favorite Peanuts character? Are you more like the dreamer Snoopy or the perpetually doubting Charlie Brown? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. And don't forget to subscribe. Here we draw the success stories of the simplest things.